Welcome back to Yirara.
Good afternoon, you mob out there. How you doing? Doing great? Fantastic. As you can see, I'm back to normal. No more unicorns. No more unicorns. Today we're going to look at a person. We're still describing the person. We're still using descriptive right. But today we are going to describe a person. And we are going to look at the wow words that Miss Katie went over. First word was appearance. Now, what does that mean? What does appearance mean? It basically means what a person look like. Right, we're looking at my hair. Right, my hair. What's my hair like? Is it short hair or long hair? In some pictures, I have long hair. In some, I have short. Now, here's a picture of me with long hair, but now I have short hair. What does my face look like? What are the color of my eyes? Right? I have brown eyes. Sometimes I use glasses, sometimes I don't. Like now, I'm not using my glasses, but most of you see me with my glasses on. There we go. That's me with my glasses. Me without my glasses. Looking at my body. All this deals with my appearance. My body. Am I short or am I tall? Thin? What do I look like? And then you look at my clothes. What do my clothes look like? Most of the time, I wear dresses. Today, I have my black pants and a wintry top. Now, all of this falls under what is known as appearance. That's my appearance, what I look like. But then, there are other things that you want to look at. Our character. What's my character like? And those things are called characteristics. Let's put it out here. Characteristics. Am I kind? Or am I grumpy? I don't want to talk today. I'm grumpy. Am I funny? I think so. Standing in a unicorn outfit, that's definitely funny. Am I friendly? Or am I unfriendly? I don't like making friends. Am I a kind person? Are you a kind person? Are you a friendly person? All of those things add with my, let's write it out, character. So our character, am I kind? Am I strong? Am I excited? So, when we look at our appearance, we're looking at hair color, body, face, clothes. When we look at our character, we're looking at things like kind, strong, excited, grumpy, funny, or friendly. That's our lesson for today. Enjoy the rest of our descriptive writing unit.
Okay, so in today's episode, we're going to be just having a practice at drawing some trees. And you can use a pencil, as I'm using a pencil here. And we're really getting just used to doing trees in many different ways. So using a combination of marks. So you can see how on the trunk of this tree, I've used horizontal lines, so lines that run down the trunk. And you can see as I'm doing the leaves on some of these trees, I'm just using little squiggles. Have a look at how I'm holding the pencil too. Sometimes I'm using the side of my pencil, and sometimes I'm using the very tip of my pencil to make different marks. A tip, when you're doing the branches, try and do a V shape. So when you extend the branches out, do a V and a smaller V and a smaller V. You might want to try also doing lines that run across and not down on the trunk of the tree, just to see what effect that has. So many different styles of drawing trees. I really just want you to have an experiment and a play around with all the different ways that you can draw trees and the different marks that you can make with your pencil. And have fun.
Hello, Miss Chris from the Christian Studies team. I hope that you and your family are well. Before we hear the story, let's pray.
Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the cooler weather here in Alice Springs, and we just pray for all of our students and pray that you will be with them in community, be with their families, bless them, Lord, and may you protect them until they can come back to us at Yirara. Amen.
We are continuing the Easter story. After Jesus had eaten the special meal with his disciples, he went to the Garden of Gethsemane to pray, to talk to his Father. Then Judas led the soldiers to arrest Jesus. Let's read the story from Matthew 26. Jesus took some of his disciples out of the city of Jerusalem to the Garden of Gethsemane. There Jesus prayed. He said, "Father, help me do what you want me to do." Judas came leading a crowd of people. They all had sticks and swords in their hands. They planned to arrest Jesus. They took Jesus to the high priest's house. The high priest asked Jesus, "Are you the Son of God?" Jesus said, "Yes, I am." This answer made the high priest and the other leaders very angry. They thought Jesus had said evil things about God, and so he should be punished and put to death. They took Jesus to Pilate's court. It was at the time of the Passover festival. The law said Pilate could set free one Jewish prisoner at that time of the year. The people wanted him to release a murderer named Barabbas. They did not want Pilate to free Jesus. They wanted Jesus to be punished, so they called out, "Crucify him! Crucify him!" Pilate knew that the people would not change their mind, so he handed Jesus over to them. The crowd watched Pilate wash his hands. This showed that he did not think Jesus should die. Jesus was taken to the palace. The Roman soldiers made fun of Jesus. They mocked and teased Jesus. They dressed him like a king. They put a purple robe on him. They made a crown from thorny branches and put it on his head. Then they fell on their knees in front of him and mocked him. "We honour you, King of the Jews." They spat in his face and beat him with whips. Have you ever been teased or bullied, shamed or mocked? Jesus knows what it feels like to be bullied. The soldiers made fun of him. They were mean with the words they used, and they beat him up too. He was in pain, both in his body and in his spirit. Next time someone bullies you, remember that your brother Jesus knows what it feels like. Talk to him in prayer about your worries. Maybe you can read this story with someone in your family, in a Bible in your language. Until next time, may your brother Jesus walk with you.
Comfort, comfort all my people with the comfort of my word. Speak it tender to my people. All your sins are taken away. Though your tears be rivers running, though your tears be an ocean full, though you cry with the hurt.
Welcome back to another Word of the Week. Today we're looking at the word cents and dollars. We've talked about that there's 100 cents in every dollar. That's because the word cent means 100. For example, the word century is 100 years. Let's see if we can spell that. Cent, century, cent. In cricket, we score 100 runs. Again, that's the word century. Another word that begins with cent is another maths word, and that's centimetre. A metre contains 100 centimetres. Let's see if we can spell centimetres. We have the same beginning, cent, and then it's I-M-E-T-R-E. Cent, metre. That's our words for today. See you next time.
Good morning, Yirara2u, and another exciting episode of The Currency is Right. Today, we had Miss Priscilla from the art studio, who's going to come in and to see if she can get the correct item on the correct currency note. Good morning, Miss Priscilla. How are you? We got the time today, Miss Bub?
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
So your job now is to see which item you think will go on either 5, 10, 20, 50 or 100.
Cocoa Pops, probably about $5. This stuff,
Quite good quality.
is it?
Just
Maybe.
throw it off.
It's probably about $20. So, how did I go?
I've got to tell you, Miss Priscilla, you're the best so far, and it's correct in the very first go. Thank you very much, Miss Priscilla.
All right, thanks, Mark.
Welcome back, guys. We're continuing to look at money, and not just looking at what the money is, but how to do plussing and taking away sums in our heads. So yesterday we talked about notes. Some things we talked about were how two $50 notes, if we do 50 plus 50, will equal one $100 note. Another one is we could have 5 $20 notes. If we had 5 $20 notes, that would equal $100 also. Not sure if you realize, but there's a lot of patterns counting in 5s, 10, and 10s when it comes to Australian money. And we're going to show you a bit more about that when talking about some of our coins. Now, like I was saying, we've got different coins in our Australian currency. We've got a $1, $2, 50 cent, 20 cent, 10 cent, and 5 cent. Now, if I have $1 here, how else do you think I could make another dollar without using my $1 coin? Well, I could take two 50-cent coins, because two 50-cent coins, 50 plus 50, is going to equal 100 cents, and 100 cents is equal to $1. So there's a lot of counting with zeros. It might seem confusing at first, but you just need to have a little bit of practice. Now, another thing we could look at is our 5 cents and our 10 cents. If I didn't have two 10-cent coins, how could I get 20 cents? Well, simple. I have my 20-cent coin here, and I could just add 5s. 5 plus 5 equals 10, and then I could add another 5, and I can take my 5 here, and this is going to equal 20 cents. Or if I didn't have 5 cents and I just had my 10 cents, I could take two 10-cent coins. It does seem a bit confusing, but hopefully if you practice and continue to watch some more of our videos, this will get easier and easier for you.
Welcome to Yirara2u and the Clontarf footy colours segment. In this segment we'll be showing you the colours of our favourite footy teams and then talking about why we like those teams. As you can see, I've got the Geelong Football Club jumper on. This one in fact is a celebratory jumper. It's got the number 150 on the back, and this one was done to celebrate Geelong's 150th year. It's got the name of every single player that played for Geelong featured on it somewhere along there. The reason I started barracking for Geelong goes back to when I was about 7 or 8 years old, and back then the packets of bubblegum we used to get used to have a card in it featuring the photo of a player from the VFL. And out of the first 10 or 12 cards that I collected, I think about 8 of them were Geelong players. After that, I started looking at the newspaper and reading the scoreboards in there to see how the players on my cards were going, to see if they got in the best players or they were amongst Geelong's goal kickers. So because I had more Geelong cards, I looked at the Geelong scoreboard more often, then I started to follow where they were on the ladder. And then I went on and backed for the Cats. Well, I backed for the Cats for the rest of my life. My favourite player would be Gary Ablett, and it's Gary Ablett Senior, not Gary Ablett Junior. I think probably the most exciting footballer to watch of all time, in my opinion. He may not go down in history as one of the great players because he never won a Brownlow medal or anything like that. But I think for all-round skills and pleasure to watch, he was very exciting and spectacular. Easily qualifies as my favourite player. Now we'll pull out some more colours here because there was a footy club I got right into a bit more than Geelong in the early days. The first footy team I barracked for when growing up in Adelaide were the Double Blues, the Sturt Football Club. Their home ground is Unley Oval. It's the only way to go, and I was one-eyed and two-blue as a young fella growing up in Adelaide. I'm not too sure why I started barracking. I think I was watching a game of TV with my nana one morning actually, and asked her which team she was barracking for, and she picked one team out and I got a bit confused and barracked for the other side, and they won and I went with them. I think she wanted me to barrack for West Torrens. I like the way that Sturt went about their footy, and they ended up barracking for Sturt. Lucky enough to go and see them win the 1976 Grand Final. All-time record footy crowd in Adelaide. 66,000 people squashed into Football Park when the capacity was only about 50,000. And my memories of that were people sitting 3 or 4 deep inside the fence right up along the boundary line. And Sturt were the underdogs that day, but they got up to beat Port Adelaide and win the premiership. My favourite player played a bit of a starring role in that grand final too. His name was Michael Graham. He was nicknamed The Flash, and during that game he produced an amazing run around the boundary line, had about 4 or 5 bounces, and then slotted it through for a goal at a critical moment in the game, and that helped Sturt go on to win. I always wore the same number that Michael Graham wore when I was playing football. His number was 19. Fortunate enough later on in life, because of my involvement in footy up in Darwin, to meet and get to know the great man himself. For those of you that don't know much about him, he's the only player that did not play in the VFL/AFL to be named in the Indigenous Team of the Century. Such was his SANFL career. 280 something games, I believe. 11 times he represented South Australia, and 3 times in the top 3 in the Magarey medal. Couldn't quite nail one of them, but he did nail the Nichols medal up in Darwin playing for St Mary's. So there you go, Stan's favourite footy colours. It's Geelong, the blue and white hoops, and the double blue of the mighty Sturt Football Club. How about you, mob? Put a video together, get out one of your favourite footy jumpers and tell us why that team is your favourite footy team. Send it in to us.
Welcome back. Today's word of the day is
Akmolya, meaning dog. Have a go at saying Akmolya, meaning dog.
and it's bye for now.
Bye.
Agnoia.
Agnulia.
Akuna Matata.
What?
He needs some milk.
Got him.
Hi, your 9 o'clock appointment's here. Thank you. Okay, if you can just head around the corner there, that's fine.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
She looks amazing. I think I'm really excited about her coming in.
Oh, good morning. Welcome.
Morning.
Please sit.
Thank you.
I'm Donna and this is Paula.
Nice to meet you. You too.
So you've applied for this position as Sport and Rec. Why are you interested in this position with us?
I've played a lot of sports in the past and I'd just like to encourage more people to be involved in different sports.
Nice. What sport do you play, Kate?
Netball, tennis and basketball.
Okay, nice.
What do you know about our organisation?
That it's been going for a number of years and it seems to just be getting bigger and bigger with more sports being involved.
Do you have any questions for us?
Yes, if I'm successful in this job, what sort of groups, numbers would I be looking at?
You'll have a supervisor and there's a team of about 6 other sport and rec people.
Awesome.
And then other members extended out from there. So thank you for your time today.
Thank
you. It was
you.
really lovely to meet you.
You too.
Thanks. Have a lovely day.
You
Bye.
too. Thank you very much.
We'll let you know by the end of the week.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm here for my appointment.
You're running a bit late.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just go around the corner there.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, I'm late. Oh, hi, how are you?
So are you Will?
Yes, yeah.
I'm Donna and this is Paula. You're quite late. Why are you late?
I was distracted.
If you were to get this position, would you be late and distracted when you're at work? How important is time management to you?
Well, playing my games is a pretty big priority in my life. I could come to work,
And so why do you actually want this position if games are so important?
I like to play sport games on my computer, so I thought I'd like to give it a go in real life.
So do you play any sport in real life?
Not really. I like football. I've given it a kick a few times.
So would you feel comfortable coaching sport?
Yeah. I think, kids look up to me. I'm kind of cool.
So we've also looked at your Facebook page.
Oh, yeah.
And we've seen some things that you've put online. Do you think that they were appropriate to put online?
I thought they were appropriate, but my sister told me I shouldn't have done that, so I deleted it. So you saw that?
Do you know the internet is forever and that once you put it on net, everyone can see everything?
Yeah, I learned that.
So what things are you good at that you could offer this position if you were to get it?
I'm cool. I think kids look up to me. I think I'm kind of fun. I think it'll be good.
Okay. Do you have any questions for us?
Do I get the job?
Well, we've had quite a few applicants that are very skilled and very experienced or enthusiastic about sport and rec and the real deal.
Yeah.
So if you would get to get the position, we'll let you know by the end of the week. But I think that we've got some other applicants that are more suitable for this, that you might be suitable for another position.
Awesome.
Thanks for your time. Have a good day.
Okay, well, thank you for that.
Bye. Disappointing.
The Pathways team members support you in getting documents for identification, employment and banking. We warn you about signing something and knowing what you are signing. If you're not sure, always get someone you trust to check what you're signing so that you don't get yourself into trouble. Internet needs safety rules too. There are billions of people out there using the internet. Not all of them are users that you can trust. Be careful with people that contact you that you don't know. Be aware of stranger danger. Be kind. If someone is cheeky to you, stop responding to them. Talk to an adult that you trust to support you. Bullying on the internet can be reported to the police. Keep your personal information private. Remember, the internet is forever, so don't share anything if you don't want your grandma, grandpa or teacher to see it. Once it's out there, it can never be totally removed. We are all using the internet more now. It's important to remember these rules and stay safe. I'd like to set you a cyber safety challenge. After listening to this, message us 2 cyber safety tips. Stay safe. See you next time.
Good morning. Welcome back to Yirara.